Well, they've been keen, they'd been a bit of a false start, and on the outside in the green and white colours, G. Armitage was bang up with the leaders.
Both the girls, Hettinger, Penny Fitzhayes, she was on the outside. CGA in the green colours, being led on the inside by Inshore, Fred Winters' runner.
They're going a good gallop, most of them middle to inside, but Inshore just setting the pace, going down where Fred Winters' horses like to go. Fairly fast.
Going good pace. Smith's Man, the grey horse on the far side, he's going right down the inside where Jenny Pittman sends all her runners in the National.
Little Polveer is one from the outside, GA on the outside, Little Polveer.
Inshore on the inside leading them there.
Lanarai just behind him in just going up, in fact, into second place, Lanarai at this point. And at this fence we're going to lose Sacred Path, Hettinger and Tullamarine. Now there's Sacred Path going first of the fallers. And from that shot, Tullamarine just gone, but I mean, the basic one there, the big disappointment was, of course, Sacred Path. Here on the inside, Inshore, cantering nicely, Benderhan, Lanarai pulling hard, Little Big Brown Bear next to him, and a bold jump from Inshore on the inside.
Great jump by Big Brown Bear in the middle in the blue colours, take him nearly up to the leaders.
But the whole field here, well spread out. You can see the grey pulling up there.
That's Smith's
Man. That's very early on in the race to be pulling up. Obviously something not right there. But Inshore still leading, and Lanarai pulling hard for his head. Now this is the big ditch. Inshore meets it right, Big Brown Bear meets it right. GA on the outside going well.
Great jump by Little Polveer in the red colours up there. The other grey, Brass Chase, nearly loses his jockey there, getting all over the place with a bit of a mistake. Inshore with Benderhan right up on the inside, Lanarai on the outside of him, Big Brown Bear.
Kumbai coming on the inside with a noseband, nearest to us in the light green colours. Good jump here from the leaders again. They're all going at it, plenty of room to see. But in fact, by this time, you're welcome. I think that something had happened to his irons because his rider pulls him out now. He's in the middle of the picture and desperately Peter Hobbs trying to pull out of the action.
And interferes slightly with Course Hunter in doing so.
So back to the leaders, it's Lanarai and Inshore. Inshore nearest to the camera with Big Brown Bear, as he did last year, poking his way in between the two leaders. All three in line, stand off that beautifully, the leaders there.
Tazarovich in about 6th place with the black colours and the white breastplate. GA on the outside in the green, having a great ride on.
Then Borderberg just behind GA, that horse coming into contention for the first time. But now they know what's ahead of them. They're crossing the little path that tells them Beeches is not very far away. And most of them just starting to group towards the middle of the fence. No one really going down the inside here, as the loose horse is just bothering slightly.
Keep an eye out for Ryman Reason here, the winner on the outside. As he comes over quite late in the picture, he'll slide down on his belly. Here he comes, makes a real mistake there. Look at that.
And is as near as gone. His hind legs have gone, he gets back up. In the interim, Marcolo falls and Lucissus is brought down. There's Lucissus being brought down, nowhere to go at all. But that was certainly amazing, their recovery by Ryman Reason.
Big Brown Bear now in the lead, giving a great jump at that as they're going on to the canal turn. Lanarai in 3rd, GA moving up in the green colours, now in about 5th place.
Little Polveer just behind there, this one just going nicely, red and white colours. So this is
Inshore next to GA as they come to the canal turn. We have Big Brown Bear.
Loose horse could be troublesome here. Kumbai on the outside of the loose horse.
Lanarai, Eton Rouge on the inside. Then GA, Inshore, jumping now to Zarovich.
He jumped beautifully round that turn. And in fact, most of the runners strung out now over a good 150 yards.
Hollis Powell we lost at the canal turn there.
Now as they go on there, the leaders beginning to stretch them out. This is a fairly good gallop on deadish ground.
Big Brown Bear still leading them along the spare gap. Lanarai is going nicely with himself. Here's Big Brown Bear and Kumbai with the sheepskin noseband on the inside of Lanarai. Eton Rouge right here, Mercy Rhymel's runner, jumping that very well. GA again having a great ride, jumping that fence super.
And then Course Hunter just making a move up here. He's at the centre of the field. As we go back to the leaders again, the loose horse just running around a little bit, but Big Brown Bear not at all minding that.
He's been around here enough to be sure he knows these sort of dangers. Here he goes, great jump at that, and Lanarai. GA's getting right up there now with the leaders.
Then Eton Rouge, Kumbai is next.
Borderberg just about 7th place there. Inshore on the inside going back, and Tazarevic just the last one in our picture at the moment.
Several horses starting to make a move from the back now towards the leaders, and in fact they regroup as they come to the stands shortly, but at the moment the leaders are just steadying up. It had been a fast pace. Tazarevic just jumping tight on the inside, but still a lot of horses standing. Most of the damage was done on the second turn round.
And as they come across the Melling Road now to lead back onto the racecourse, it's Lannerai just having a little bit of trouble with the loose horse. He doesn't cause them any more after this. He just gets in the way of Lannerai a bit as they come onto the racecourse proper. GA in 2nd place.
Yes, and in fact we'll see in a very few moments that G. Armitage really does have a good jump here at the chair, but that's a little way away. Guy Lando having to just manoeuvre away from the loose horse. GA's 2nd. On the inside is Brig Brown Bear, as he had run last year.
Eton Rouge is still there. Little Polvier with the white sleeves on the stand side. On the inside there's Inshore, who's been up there with the leaders early on, and Kumbai with the sheepskin noseband in front of him.
Some very bold horses here, but they know again that very shortly another of the bogey fences is going to loom up.
The moment they're coming to the second last first time round, Lannerai leaves from GA. There Inshore, Borderberg with the yellow sleeves. He's never really got into a much better position than that throughout the race.
Brass change, the other grey, of course, we've already lost Smith's Man. Creeping into the action, he gets most of the way round. But now, this is the big one. This is the chair. No, it's, in fact, it's the 14th. One more, Lannerai, nearest to us.
This will be the last fence next time round.
Course Hunter on the inside there, just making a nice position. And Strands of Gold creeping up on the inside in the green colours.
Yeah.
That's Peter Scudamore. Now, this is the one. Just watch as the leader goes to it. Lannerai leads.
GA on his outside. She just has to shorten up a little bit as she gets there. Just looking for a long one and realise it wasn't there. She just shortens up in a second. Takes it upside Lannerai.
Guy Lando sees a good one. On the inside, Course Hunter jumped it best of all there.
Great jump by Little Polvey on the outside. There's Ryman Reason starting to get into the picture now.
Now, from a different angle, we can see here as the leaders. Course Hunter just getting a length or two there. Nearest to us, Little Polvey, Borderberg coming through.
And there's Ryman Reason, just started to come on the stand side, making up a bit of ground.
The yellow colours were of Suggest, and Mononor went through there. He made up a lot of ground after that, and also going through was Northern Bay, a little way off the pace. But now to the water. This is a pretty good jump to go at, because they have to just stretch here after the big one at the chair. Most horses jump this well. One drops his legs in it.
Ryman Reason just jumped it right on the outside. Brendan Powell's given his horse plenty of time and gone round in a nice, quiet fashion for the first circuit.
That had been the plan. David Ellsworth told him to hunt it round, go on the outside, keep out of trouble, and that's what he's doing. He's going widest of all here to keep out of the way of horses that may do damage to him. And you can see he's in about 12th place, Ryman Reason, on the outside, specifically heading even wider, because that's where he wants to go.
Right on the inside, in about 6th or 7th place, the blue colours, is West Tip. Just going up on the inside of West Tip, we have Strands of Gold, Peter Scudamore, who hasn't left the inside the whole way round.
And Strands of Gold even goes closer to the rails as they get down toward Beechers, and it tends to be his undoing in the end. But now, as they head onto the second circuit, they're playing at jockeys, and 4 in line there. Little Polvier on the outside, GA, Lannerai, and on the inside
is Strands of Gold right on the inside with Peter Scudamore making up a little bit of ground, creeping his way along. Cavity Hunter, we have the Course Hunter with the sheepskin noseband just coming into the picture on the inside.
But on the wide outside is the eventual winner now. He's really crept up into contention quite quickly.
Good jump by Course Hunter here. GA still leading from Little Polvier. Here comes Peter Scudamore, keeping along there.
Little Polvier was getting a reminder. Actually, it's a very early stage from Tom Morgan to be getting a reminder. It certainly woke him up a little bit. Right now on the inside there is Strands of Gold.
GA just pops across right-handed there, just had a little bit of job reaching for that fence. Took Little Polvier's ground slightly. West Tip right on the rails there. Richard Dunwoody following the path he has done for the last 4 years on this horse.
So they're well spread out now as they're starting to organise themselves as they go down again to Beechers. This is a pretty easy fence by most standards here, but there's still a lot of horses on their feet at this point, although only 9 finish in the end.
Moving on down now, we've still got Little Polvia leading from GA. Right on the inside, Peter Scudamore being tracked by Course Hunter.
So there we have it. Little Polvia, Tom Morgan, G. Armitage. Strands of Gold has gone up the inside very, very easily, followed by Course Hunter. And this is where Strands of Gold goes. And also what we want you to look at is the second horse, Course Hunter, on the inside, because he falls and gets up again. Also, the second horse, Durham Edition, is almost on the floor. Now watch here as the horse on the inside hits it. He's fallen before he gets there. Course Hunter goes down on his knees and gets back up again. West Tip comes through.
Kumbai there, faller. Right on the inside. That's the Jet. Just makes
yes,
a bit
he
of a
nods as well, but gets back.
Fast change.
And Friendly Henry starting to come in the picture. And there, an unseated right, that's Richard Rowe going over the top of Bright Dream. That's the end of his dream. Poor old Richard, he hasn't got a very good record round here. But now this group know that certainly they're in with a squeak if they can keep on their feet. Little Polvia jumping like a hero in front. GA is starting to weaken at this point, Bill, and going back now, obviously tiring for whatever reason, but from here on weakening.
Just run out of petrol a bit. Just the Lannerai, he's afraid he's dropped back very quickly after Beeches, and whether the ground around the bottom is a bit softer for him or not, he definitely didn't show anything from here on in. But it's Tom Morgan on Little Polvia going to the canal turn. He's been having a great ride time, keeps asking his horse to go and jump for him, getting great response from him at the moment. As we see later on, it runs out.
Course Hunter got a particularly good jump across the inside there too, saved a length or two. These professional jockeys really do know how to take the canal turn. But on over Valentine's, and the race is really on.
The weakening GA there, that's enough for them today. I think they're having enough.
Very shortly now, just watch as Tom Morgan sees a stride, or he thinks he does, and really goes for it. And Little Polvia puts down again, and Tom is sent straight out of the front. So Tom Morgan exits out of the front door from Little Polvia's saddle.
And that leaves Ryman Reason in front, which really wasn't where Brendan Powell wanted to be. He wanted to lead for a bit longer. Right on the outside, in the full circle colours, Mononor has crept his way up there to get right into contention. On the inside of him is West Tip.
And also Last of the Brownies. We've seen this one for the first time. On the inside with the yellow cap, blue colours, Last of the Brownies coming up there. And Durham Edition, Chris Grant knows that he's got to nurse this one. He's on the outside of the group in 5th place.
And here we lose Last of the Brownies. He goes there, slightly interferes with Attitude Adjuster, but I don't think it made any difference to his chance. West Tip's coming under a bit of pressure here, but Mononor just behind him's coming up. And just look at Chris Grant. He's just watching Ryman Reason in front of him, and I'm sure he thinks he can take him whenever he likes.
But what a marvellous performance from the 4th horse there, West Tip. Now this is the 4th national he's been in, and having fallen the first time, he's then won and been 4th twice. He's weakening now, he's plodding on. Perhaps he could have done with it even softer. But at this point, Durham Edition, the 3rd horse, is absolutely running away. If you could bet on this horse now, you'd have your mortgage on him. So up front, it's Ryman Reason, Juliet E. Reed's horse, being followed by the Full Circles, Mononor in the 2nd place, just being overtaken by Durham Edition on the outside. Full Circle Owners Group only purchased this 3rd horse last week. What a run they've had for their money.
And Ryman Reason now doesn't jump that too tidily. He doesn't want to be in front. And Chris Grant has got a great jump out of Durham Edition and has taken it up now. And he must be thinking he's got his first national in the bag. With Ryman Reason under some strong pressure now.
And from this point in, well, there wouldn't be any betting, but in fact the picture just does change, as it has so many times in the past.
This famous long run in, Ryman Reason under strong pressure, but he does stay, and he is as game as could be, and he's answering every call of Brendan Powell. So's Durham Edition, Chris Grant giving nothing away. Ryman Reason's come over to the stand side now.
But in fact, Brendan, I think, is letting him drift that way because he's going to have the rail to help him here. He's got the good ground, and the great thing was that he got a lead having been left in front for a while. He knows he's won it here. Chris Grant, yet another jockey to have been in front thinking he's going to win a national, and then doesn't. But there we have it, Ryman Reason coming home for David Ellsworth. And
2, Ryman Reason, 10 to 1. Second, number 6, Durham Edition, 20 to 1. Third, number 14, Mononor, 33 to 1. And fourth, number 1, West Tip, 11 to 1. And here are the casualties. At fence number 1, 3 fell, Sacred Path, Tullamarine and Hettinger. Fence number 3, Smith's Man pulled up. Fence number 5, You're Welcome, also pulled up. And at Beecher's Brook, first time round, there was fence 6, Marcolo fell and Lucisis was brought down. Fence number 8, the Canal Turn, Folly's Pal fell. Fence number 17, Smartside fell and Oid Hills refused. At fence number 19, Hard Case fell, Craven Fur pulled up, so did Northern Bay, and Reppington refused. At fence number 20, Ensure, Unseeded Rider. At fence 21, Tracy's Special pulled up. At fence 22, Beecher's Brook, second time round, Bright Dream was brought down, Kumbai fell, and also Strands of Gold. At fence 25, that was Valentine's Brook, the second time round, Suggest refused. At fence 26, GA pulled up. Little Polvier fell, Memberson pulled up, so did Bucko and Eton Rouge. Fence 27, Big Brown Bear refused, C&M also refused, and Midnight Madness pulled up. Fence 28, Brass Change fell. Last of the Brownies fell, and Borderberg pulled up.